Why don't students finish tests? This is something that my geometry teacher talked to me about. Well, my whole class when I take him is that. So they give you what 2 hours to take the test. It depends on what type of test you're taking. So you go into class, you get settled down. Are you supposed to start as soon as they tell you supposed to start? Here's the thing. Teachers, they have to pass out pencils, pass out the test answer sheets, the booklets, and then they read the directions. Let's see how much time that is. So they pass out the pencils. First they ask, does anybody need a pencil? Everybody just about needs a pencil. So he passes them out. Of course, he can't get any assistance. He or she has to do it all by themselves. Then they pass out the answer sheets with your name on it. He has to call everybody out one by one. Then they be like, can you make sure that it is your answer sheet with your name on it? Then they pass out the test booklets. Again, they pass them out one by one, and they ask people, please make sure that it is your name and not somebody else's test booklet. Then they get their teacher edition test booklet, and they read those long directions, which takes, 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. That's already 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes gone out your test time. Then when you actually start the test, it could be a question that you don't understand. So but it's some people who might actually mark it in their book to come back to it. Some people won't leave a question till they answer it. But they spend about 3-4 minutes on that one question. And then when you get on a roll, when you know questions, you read the question, you see answers, you kind of work it out, and you like, oh, that's the answer. You go like that for a little bit. Then when you get to the end, again, it might be some questions you're not so sure about. So you just put what you think it could be. And then, right before you know it, the teacher says, time. And then you don't finish. What is up with that? It's kind of like the teacher took most of your time to do all that. They should have already have had everything organized. Because when you're unorganized, of course, the situation takes longer to complete. This is why. And if they studied, they wouldn't have this problem. So they can't. It's kind of the teacher's fault for taking that long time. If you have a big class, of course it's going to take longer because they have to do it alphabetically. But it'd be out of order if it wasn't in alphabetical order. But they do it alphabetically by last names, giving them out one by one. And it's just too much. That's why students never finish their tests. It's not because they work at a slow pace. They don't want to rush. They want to make sure that that they understand the question, and that they choose the most accurate answer. They don't want to put something stupid when they're not stupid. They're not stupid. They don't want to call themselves stupid. You don't want to call them stupid. You don't want to call yourself stupid. You just want to make sure that you have the right answer. That's all it is. So, what's the point? What's the point? Like, no, you're not listening because you listen to your teacher giving you those long directions. They tell you stuff that you should already know. You can't have any electronic devices. They tell you to turn them off. They'll get back to you when the test is over. All that stuff is kind of like in elementary school when you take the CRCT. They tell you the same stuff. The exact same stuff. Well, of course, you probably wouldn't remember because the whole school year has yet passed. But like I was saying, there's a reason you should know that. Why are they reading it again? Maybe because it's a whole nother test. They have a whole other set of rules. But that taking away their time. I don't think that the administrators realize that. If they did, they would give us longer, but they don't give you much longer. Because you just want to do the test and get finished with it because you stress so much about it. If you study, you won't have that problem. But this is why students never finish their test. Why people never finish their test. So, don't blame yourself because it was not you. It's the teacher for doing all of that at a slow pace. So if you have a teacher who does things slow, blame them. They should give you more time to finish. If not, it's a done deal.